It's a light heavyweight title fight in Singapore. Dan Tom here with MMA Junkie to help you break down the main event for UFC 275 between Glover Teixeira and Jiri Prochazka. Teixeira, of course, is the old dog. A lot of people counted him out, but Glover got to the very top of the mountain. He showed the heart of a champion before becoming a champion with a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt who can box in the pocket and, again, has that durable recoverability. Well, he'll just keep coming back from the dead if he has to. Well, it's hard not to be happy for the guy, but before him is a very formidable challenger in Prochazka. Prochazka, of course, 2-0 in the UFC, but despite two impressive wins, he's actually put together a lot of wins in a row against Bellator and UFC alum. That extends outside of the organization, over in Japan, in different organizations where he did a majority of his work, but waiting paid off as Prochazka is obviously more than UFC ready. Here he is challenging for the title, and in fact, he is actually favored to win this Saturday. At the time of this video, the odds makers in public are favoring the challenger Prochazka in the neighborhood of -210, with the comeback on your champion Teixeira in the neighborhood of +160 via Tipico Sportsbook. Now, it's a very tough fight to call. I would argue maybe more tougher than the line movement perceives. I know MMA bettors and just the Gen Pop alone alike, they like to kind of discount the older fighters and throw them to the side. And, sometimes they can age overnight, as we've seen recently. So I completely get it. But you know me, I tend to go to bat for the older veterans. I tend to value experience a lot. And I think that stylistically, Teixeira does bring some potent potential kryptonite to Prochazka. Now, I don't disagree with Prochazka winning. I think that uppercuts, counter hooks, and flying knees are definitely going to be on the table for a potential Prochazka knockout. However, left-sided strikes from his opponent's left side, whether it is the southpaw counter cross from Dominic Reyes or left hooks of Volkan Oezdemir, well, left-sided strikes in that fashion have been the most potent to hit Prochazka, and well, that left hook of Teixeira is one of his more potent weapons that does get forgotten about. It actually helped him win the title against Jan Blachowicz, but ultimately it is the ground game and wrestling of Teixeira that has me leaning in his direction as of this video. We've seen in Prochazka's fights, even outside and early in his career, victory or defeat, fighters who were the superior grapplers and wrestlers gave him very tough fights, if not were able to beat him. So I suspect that could be a problem here. We saw Dominic Reyes, even with a happenstance, if you will, a running over, if you will, takedown in his fight with Prochazka, was able to get to a very dominant position that Teixeira makes plenty of hay from. So unless Teixeira is completely put out, because as you know, the man will fight and come back from the dead if you allow it. Unless he's completely put out, I actually got to side with the aging champion here. I'm going to go with Teixeira by second round submission more than likely, but this video is being recorded a bit early, so perhaps a method could change, and of course I will always provide methods for the person that I pick against, in this case being the challenger. So for that, stats, and more, including some fun gifts, be sure to check out my in-depth breakdown over at MMAJunkie.com.